supporting carers and families affected by MND.
The carers and family of people with motor neuron disease, sometimes including children, often experience considerable psychological and emotional distress. Professionals should take a whole family approach when supporting people with MND.
We have one daughter and we have two grandchildren. Our grandchildren, they are lovely and they make me happy all the time.
One of the things I was dreading most was telling my children about it. They took it remarkably well. But it was only last year that my daughter said, you know, when you told me, my reaction was, oh, thank goodness they've found out what it is. Now they can do something about it. You can't make assumptions about how people will react because you can't make assumptions about what they know.
Families and carers will need advice, support, and information that helps them make sense of what is happening, to deal with emotional challenges as the condition progresses, to plan for the future, and to cope with bereavement.
MND destroyed my marriage and my children suffered because the divorce was very acrimonious. I've had relationships since and have been in my present one for 3 years and I'm happy again.
I think it's affected my family relationships significantly and almost entirely for the good. I've always been close to my children and my daughter in particular, but I think I'm even more close now. To the extent we went on holiday with her and her family last September, and she was very keen that she should help Chaz do the personal caring, and I thought that was, you know, really quite special in a way.
Roles and responsibilities in the family can change, and a partner, family members or friends may provide increasing support with day-to-day tasks.
I've had to accept that my role is no longer like it used to be.
When he's eating, he has a job sometimes to manoeuvre, don't you?
Oh, yes.
And picking things up, lots of little things. And I help him with his clothes. He gets frustrated with that.
Well, yeah.
And the shower is very awkward now. That's quite frightening.
I'm worried about, because if I fall down, I can't get up.
No.
Although they may not see themselves as carers, people who provide significant care for a person with MND do have a legal right to a carer's assessment of their needs. Caring can be physically and emotionally challenging, and an assessment can lead to support, including equipment to help them provide care and the opportunity to take breaks too.
It's very nice to have that respite. So you just feel very much freer for a short time, because being a carer, it is a 24-hour job, and you just have to have those few hours where you know that you haven't got any responsibility. It's really brilliant. Going to the MND support meetings where I see other carers, they understand more.
Support from professional care workers may also be required as the condition progresses, whether or not a person has support from family or friends. Both professional and unpaid carers may already know a lot about MND, but should have access to training in MND care.
Needing constant care is the most difficult part of MND for me. I have become an employer, which is not something I ever wanted, and finding good carers is very difficult.
At the moment, we do manage. Unless, of course, it's something where, as you say, he falls down, and I'll have to get help then. In the future, I mean, I will need help, obviously, when it gets to when you can't lift him or turn him.
I want to get involved in doing as much care as possible, and it's been quite a steep learning curve. It's a physically quite demanding thing at times as well. You can find yourself in a lot of awkward situations, and it really would help to have lots of training in how to handle things properly without actually doing yourself some damage. And it also makes it very stressful. If I don't know what I'm doing, it makes it stressful for me, and it makes it stressful for Jan.
But I would say you knock spots off everyone else who does it, so.
Yeah.
I mean, something I would say to healthcare professionals is there's no expert like an experienced carer. And whilst healthcare professionals may only meet someone with motor neurone disease once, Chaz, over the years that he's been supporting me, has come up with, you know, the best techniques for doing everything, because he's doing it all the time. So I think the carers are the experts.